It's true. Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Helen and I'm laughing because we've just literally done the whole 30-minute talk or conversation beforehand. We were just all fired up and chatting about things, and I was like, you do have permission to repeat all of this, Helen, because there's so much value in what we've just been talking about. So welcome everybody to our third conversation of today and our final conversation of today. I'm really happy to welcome the gorgeous Helen Meredith, who we've known for just 2 years, and we've been on such a journey together. So Helen did my transformational coaching certification and then joined Evolution, and I'm just going to pass over to Helen because I know that we're going to have so much that we're going to be chatting about. Welcome, Helen.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
It's a little bit warm in Wales, which is unusual. Just said earlier, it's 33 degrees and we've got no aircon, and it's kind of like I'm a little bit warm. But that's okay. Like, just
it's all about being real, isn't it?
It's all about being real. So if I look a little flushed, that's what it is.
So I've often been starting with the different hats that people wear. So what will you say are your main hats?
Well, I'm a mum, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a coach. As you know, I wear many different hats, and most recently I've really thrown myself into being the best coach I can possibly be by trying new things. Evolution came on my radar after I'd done the transformational coaching qualification with you last year. We had a few months where things were settling, and I had learned so much and found so much out about me, who I was in that course. And I was ready to step to a new level. And as you know, I'm a very good manifester, and I'd written in my journal several times that somehow I was going to work with Joe again. In what capacity, I didn't know. In the September, I think you said that you had this project. It was Evolution. It was going to be evolving as we went along, and I put full trust in it, and I knew I would get so much from it. And so I was thinking, this is really weird. I've been writing this down, and poof, Joe's come up with this idea, and into this container we all go. So this has been a beautiful container for 8 women alongside Jojo, and it's just been a beautiful experience. I've learned so much about myself. I really have learned so much about myself. We've had highs, we've had lows, we've had in-betweens, and it's just been a safe space to be held, not judged, and just, we all know we've got the answers ourselves, and it's a beautiful space to just know that it's in there. And somehow, whether it's something gentle someone says or something you say to us, it gets pulled out, and you think, oh yeah, I can work with that now and move that on. It's been an incredible space. So the last 9 months, I think it's been like a baby. We've got the baby now. Here we are, and to be a founder member, to be in the inaugural of Evolution's been really special.
Oh, and you have been on such a personal transformation, haven't you?
Oh gosh, yeah. Even from, if I look back to a year ago, the difference is, it's off the scale, really. I mean, I'm quite a confident person, but I lack confidence and had a bit of imposter syndrome about my coaching, despite everything I've learned, all the education I've had in the last few years. I still held myself back thinking, maybe someone else can do it better. And I think that comes from, I've shared my story on another chat with you. I had burnout completely in 2020, completely lost myself physically, mentally. I was exhausted, as many midlife women find themselves in that situation. Mm-hmm. And so little by little, I tried to find out about my own body, what was happening, retrain. So I, as you say, the menopause, I'm a menopause and wellness coach. I certified in 2022. Still at that point, didn't feel confident enough to go out and really flourish and really share what I knew. Then the transformational coaching qualification came along, another step. And then doing my manifestation and mindset work as well and certifying in that. All of these things started to get me to a place where I thought, okay, you can't keep learning, Helen. You've got enough in here now. You need to stop sitting on your hands and start sharing what you know, what you're passionate about, how you can help people. And it's always, we've had many conversations about social media. I'm not a massive lover, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who may come across this video and feel the same. It is something I find quite difficult to put myself out there. But I've pledged with Joe today, I'm going to put this video up on my feed because it's my voice. It's who I am.
So if you're watching on Helen's feed, give her a
yeah. So that's what evolution is.
I'm just going to touch on that because that's, it's really important for people who may not be in this world to, it will really be helpful for them to step into your shoes and think, actually, when we do put things out there like this, we do go through our own internal battles of not wanting to stand out, not wanting to be visible. But then we have this other battle of, we know that we can make a difference and we can contribute by doing it. So we want to be able to showcase what we do. And we also are a bit nervous about it. So when we do things like this, like, celebrate with us and help us in that respect.
I think if it just gives one woman the courage to think, do you know what? If Helen can do those courses and come back from being completely burnt out and change her trajectory, anybody can. I'm not a unicorn. I've just, over the years, I've just took, maybe my husband might say, well, yeah, she is unusual. She is unique.
I think you're a unicorn.
I'll take that. Anyone can take a step and move forward. I think, just a spoonful of courage goes a long way.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. And you're demonstrating that, which is beautiful. Now, alignment, I'm going to talk about alignment because we had a bit of a chat beforehand as well, didn't we, about how a lot of evolution is about finding how when we're in alignment, we act. And sometimes when we procrastinate, we can beat ourselves up for procrastinating. But I often believe there's a reason underneath it. It's like something's out of sync. Yeah. And you had a beautiful moment, didn't you, in a room with Amanda where you, so we did our immersion, and it was about finding or connecting to your calling and how you contribute and your reasons why you do what you do. Do you want to share? Because that was such a pivotal moment for you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was about sharing, who we are, who the essence of us really is. And even though, I know so much about health and wellness, I'm super passionate about getting women on the right track to really take good care of themselves and be the best version of themselves. The manifestation part of it and the energy work, I kind of didn't tell people what I was doing. I was almost a little bit thinking, people are going to think Helen's really woo-woo, because manifestation's banded about as a bit of a fancy word at the moment, but there's so much more to it. For me, it's about energy and intuition and how that links up with where you take your life. And I started to speak to Amanda about this, and I thought, oh gosh, I didn't really know her that well at the time. I hadn't been in a room with her, and I thought, I'll just let it out, Helen. That's the truth.
And the question it was based around the question, because I think this is key as well, is if you didn't feel judgment, what would you do? If you didn't worry about being judged? Yeah, so this is a great sign as well of you letting go of the fear of judgment.
I would go onto social media. I wouldn't mind what people were saying. I would talk about the true art of manifestation, how powerful it is. It's been very powerful in my own life. And then the realization that when I spoke about it in depth, Amanda's feedback was, oh my God, you just flowed in that. That was just pure flow, Helen. Why are you holding this? Why are you holding this? Yes, as a unicorn. So I was like, it was afterwards when I let it land and I paused and I thought, maybe there is something in me that women or anyone can connect with on an energetic level, and I can help them to understand that the power we have as human beings, we're very powerful in our thoughts in the way we radiate energy from our heart. I see a lot of people, and I was there, who are totally disconnected with themselves, to a degree with the world, because it starts with us. Who am I? Who is this essence of me?
So you finding your essence,
has
given you permission, like if you're stepping into your essence,
yes,
and that felt so much more aligned for you.
Yes.
And since then, opportunities have just...
It's quite insane, really. Yes. And that's when you give yourself permission to be a bit vulnerable and open your heart a little bit. And it still makes me feel super nervous, judgment of other people, but if I don't put that out into the world, it's a disservice to other people that perhaps, I can help them move things on in their lives. And that's pretty powerful to be able to do that. I know from my own state and my own energy in 2020 to where I am now, it's possible. Anything is possible. It really is. Sometimes, we have to do it for ourselves, but you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
You can be with someone who will hold a space for you and work through your things and hold you when you're struggling. That's the beauty of coaching. That's when I realized I have something very special in my hands that I've been gifted for, everything I've learned from you, everything I've learned from previous learnings in different courses. It's all there now. It's ready. It's got a big bow on. Come on, Helen, open it. Let the magic out. Let it go. Let it go,
Right, everybody, let's all do. Come on, Helen, open it in the comments.
Let it go. Yeah. So that's been a massive, massive shift for me, having been in evolution. And when I first started the year, we were pausing. And I know the pause is a gift. I knew that from doing yoga for many years. However, I don't always, a bit like the other ladies have said in their conversations over the last few days, we as coaches don't always reflect back and go, I need to pause.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the year, I had a conversation with another beautiful coach, Sam, and we talked about seasons and how we as humans kind of fight against, like, winter's winter. So we get to January the 1st and we're like, yay, all guns blazing. And the reality is the body is wintering. I wasn't ready. And I gave myself, for the first time in years, I thought, I'm not doing New Year's resolutions. I'm going to walk in nature. I'm going to be present with myself. I'm going to find myself, just go with it. My body was telling me it's winter. It's not spring. I would look at outside. The shoots weren't even coming up in the garden yet. Everybody's at the gym and they're all doing the things. And I go to the gym, but I thought, just take over. It's okay. Don't need massive goals right now. Just pause. So evolution taught me and reinforced the importance of that pause. And then clarity comes.
Yes.
And then clarity comes.
Yeah. So no forcing things. Nature doesn't force things, does it?
Nature doesn't force things. And that becomes where when you connect with yourself and you connect outside in nature, you've just got to look around. The signs are all there. In that January, I thought, nothing's ready to grow yet. They're just waiting. My energy's under the earth. It's just there. It's just there. So just hold on. And then when it's ready to spring through, it will spring through. And literally from April, the fire horse energy took me and I'm still giddy up and I'm hanging on. Because a lot has happened in the last 5 weeks for me. Like crazy.
And so there's a real message there about there's a time for everything, trusting the timing.
Yes, there is. And I think trusting yourself, like something like today, yes, it's nerve-wracking, but I just now have found this peace in myself about trust that you know what to say. Trust that you will find the words. They'll flow. It'll be okay. Be authentically who you are and just let it flow. And I want to give women.
Sorry.
I would love to give that gift to other women.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, I think people listening to you, like you're a fire horse energy. You've got so much va-va-voom and kick-assitude, and they would probably struggle to believe that you would be nervous about this, because you are coming out, you're just so confident, you're so in flow. And you really have been on this journey, because the version of you a couple of years ago, you were still your beautiful essence, so loving, so kind, so compassionate, but there were more self-doubts, wasn't there?
Oh gosh, yeah. And I even do now. You know, I doubt myself all the time. And you know, you step out your comfort zone and you've got another level to go up to, and you think, oh, it's a bit scary. And that's just my body telling me, okay, just step back a minute. What's this about? Is it real? Are you just, you know, is this fear, as I say, false evidence appearing real? And sometimes I think this is just my belief. This is something I've picked up somewhere along the line. Is it reality, or is it just how Helen's feeling, you know? And then I lean in and just try to think, okay, from a logical perspective, is this as bad as you think it is? But yes, sometimes things scare me. This scares me a bit, you know, but if we hold back and we stay comfortable all the time, we're never going to make a difference to other people. No. We're never going to change, not our own life, but we're never going to allow others to get the gifts that we all have. And I've learned so much from these 8 women, all in different ways. They've all helped me to get where I am here today. June the 25th, 2026 was very different where I was this time last year. And going through the process of evolution has helped me to get where I am and find my voice. It's always been there, but it was kind of pushed down a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Muted. And your voice is so valuable, so valuable. You've been consistency has always been something that you've been amazing at. When we had the transformational coaching, we had weekly meetings. I think you were there at pretty much every single one of them. And then we've had our weekly reset calls, and you've been there for every single one of them as well. And I always think consistency is such a you know, just those small consistent steps really does make a difference. What have they given you, would you say, Helen? Why have you been so consistent in that respect? And you are consistent anyway, like you're consistent with your health and wellness. You're such an inspiration to me there. What have you got?
I look forward to that Monday morning. It's, you know, we've all shown up with different things going on in our lives. I think the other ladies have touched on this in previous conversations, that, you know, no matter what we were showing up with, whether we were celebrating and, you know, look what happened, this is going on and I'm really chuffed, or whether it was feeling heavy, or whether it was feeling doubtful, or whether we were procrastinating over something, to have that safe space to feel held and listened to and seen was enough to move things on, just with the different support in the group at different times. And then watching and listening to the other women, I realised I'm more similar than different. We've got this common thread going through, that we're all from different backgrounds. We're all doing different things. Some of us, are coaching in different modalities and things, but this common thread of imposter syndrome sometimes, self-doubt, and having that magical energy of a group of women that just see each other. That's pretty special. That's pretty special.
Yeah. And I love the fact that they've certainly evolved, haven't they? We had the quite structure at the beginning, and we were doing a 30-minute reset and then an hour of co-working. And I don't think we've done the co-working at all, because we could spend all day just chatting, but there's such beautiful themes that come out of it.
Yes. And learning from, you know, just often it might be something you've experienced yourself and you haven't shared with someone, but it'll come out in the group and you think, oh gosh, yeah. Now, as they're working through it and understanding it and you know, working with their feelings and how they can move things on, I've learned so much from the other women, from them being honest and vulnerable and comfortable with sharing. And like I say, that common thread of where we're all very similar. We share the same feelings around things. It just might be in a different capacity. It might be just one thing that I feel a little bit less confident, like Jo Douglas. She's really good on social media. And I've said often, haven't I? I'd rather get up in a room full of 100 people and speak to them than post something on social media, which is extreme, I know. But that's my comfort zone. I'd rather get up and speak to people in a room.
It's amazing as well. Yeah,
So,
amazing.
taking from everybody the little bits of where their confidence is not there, and you think, oh, I could just kind of nudge them that way a bit, and some of the things you navigate and say to them over a period of time. I think we've just all blossomed in such a just like blooming June roses, aren't we?
Joe has said here, you have blossomed. I remember where we both were when I first met you in the flesh. Look at us now.
Look at us now. The difference. Like, even every single one of us in this group has moved mountains over the last 9 months. And yeah, we all went into it. We didn't really know, but we trust Jojo because we know her work, and thought, well, she goes, do you know what you've signed up for? Well, no, not really.
I know what I'm offering.
But we were there, and the trust was there. And I think knowing, I think things come on your radar for a reason, and there's where the trust comes in. Trust and faith. I knew this would move me in the direction I wanted to move in, and so I put full trust in it and just went with it.
Oh, well, I'm so pleased that you did. I mean, I think it just, all the pieces of the puzzle came together in the sense that we said there were the 9 of us, and we all fitted in just so beautifully. And I've been saying in these conversations how much I feel that I've evolved and how much I've learned from everybody. But my vision, even though the way that the vision was fulfilled, but my vision is still the same, of the importance of a space where we can come and we can be completely real. There's no pressure to show up in a certain way. And because sometimes as coaches and as therapists and as practitioners of different modalities, I see people putting pressure on themselves to have it all together. And it's very important to be able to go, actually, if I say today I haven't got it together, but pretty much I'm certain by the end of the call I will have it together, just by being listened to and heard and so on. So you've been such an important part of that.
I've loved it. I really loved it. And I think it's, just to bust the myth, nobody's got it all together. Not 100% of the time. Nobody has. And I just think it's okay to be perfectly imperfect. That's who we are. We're human, and we're finding our way. And I think if we can give our good energy to others and help them in this difficult time in the world, you touched on it earlier about anxiety and stress being a huge factor in the world right now. And there is another way with all the different modalities that we're all trained in. There's a different way to look at things and shift things.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you, Joe. Joe said so much trust in Jojo and the world evolution, and then corrected herself with word evolution, but I think it's the world of evolution.
I think it is a world of evolution. It's been an amazing world, I know. So it's just, I have really blossomed through in particular the last few months. I mean, from something like May the 21st, I went out to Canada for 8 days it's a project that I'm going to be doing with 2 other ladies. I didn't know really, we've talked about it for a while, but somehow I found the courage. I do a lot of meditation these days, which is something I really want to share with other women and other people, because meditation gives us the time to be in a place where we're not anybody or anything, and we can then tap into intuition. Right, does this feel right for me? And in a meditation, it was a guided meditation, the word courage came to me more than once. And this was before I even knew I was going out to Canada. And a week later, I was told, oh, can you come out this date? I was like, and I thought, no, I got courage. And that's where being in that space gave me that pause and to tap into my intuition, to think, you know what, I heard that word for a reason.
Yes. You're so in touch now with your own trust, your self-trust, your intuition, your gut, and creating, and a lot of evolution is about creating the conditions for these things, isn't it? How can we return to center? How can we create the conditions for clarity and that congruence and that alignment? Yeah. And I think you so beautifully demonstrate that now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a work in progress, and there are times I do think, oh, I'm a bit wobbly. And funnily enough, I went back in and had a really good look through school. And, like, I think one of the other ladies said, it might have been Sarah, you read a book once, you might have read it 2 years ago, it could be a self-help book, you go back and read it, and it's a fresh pair of eyes. I went back into Evolution on, oh my gosh, look, it's like I'm a kiddie in the sweetie shop, because there's so many things in there that we've got access to for good, for life, and then you can go back in and revisit, and some of it I think, I don't remember doing this, but I did do it, I do remember now. But there's such a beautiful amount of incredible resources inside there that I just keep going back in and just thinking, that's a bit of me, I'm going to look for that today. Or it could be one of the headings, I go back into a certain month and think, that's what I'm feeling, I need to go back and revisit that. But
amazing. I think, like, it's interesting. Like we've been saying about, I always use the analogy of an onion. We're an onion and we've got all these different layers. And the theme of we're all a work in progress, I think, is very, very important for us to share. I like, you've got this, and you're like, yes, I'm very much a work in progress as well. It's an important theme for people to know, isn't it? It's like, you're not, it's a sign of that you keep growing, that the doubt sometimes will be there, and that the insecurities and the being out of alignment, we're never going to be totally in alignment, but you've got the tools to get yourself back, and hopefully back there quicker than you would have done previously.
Yes, I wanted to touch on this actually, because there's one thing I can bring myself to center much, much quicker than previously. I had my techniques before, but I found I had something happened when I came home from being away for a little bit, and I was a little bit wobbled by it, but I'm very good at bringing things back again. So this week, that could have thrown me completely, indefinitely for weeks, that, and now, no, that's the energy I was holding. We talked through it on Monday as well. There's a perfect example of the reset session. I thought, oh, there we are. I feel like I can breathe again. And it's all lessons. I learned that I am an assertive, powerful woman when I need to be too.
Yeah, you are.
There's another side which is assertive and powerful too. And we all have that in us. And we often hold that voice with people pleasers. I can't say this, I can't say that. But sometimes we need to express how we feel and give ourselves permission to have that.
She's kick-ass. What Claire has just said. You are such a beautiful person, my Welsh Betty.
Yes, Betty means, all right, Bet. It's like your friend. It's not a Betty like a bacon Betty.
Okay. It's been amazing watching you grow.
Claire, and everyone in this group has brought something different to the mix. Everyone. It's like the retreat last year when I came out to Spain to see, I didn't know all of the ladies. Some of the ladies I've never met before, but the beautiful mix, I think, is something how you create these women of different energies who come together but go together beautifully, and that's really special. It's really special.
Oh, so I'm so grateful to know you.
Ditto.
The comments have been buzzing about what a beautiful energy you have in your aura, and it's just fills me with so much joy to see the shifts that you've made, and you totally in your own personal power.
Yeah, it feels so aligned. I'm going to be using a beautiful space for one-to-one clients who are here in South Wales. And that will be around anything that I coach in. Could be the menopause side of it and wellness. It could be manifestation if you're very curious, which I can tell you, it opens so many doors when you know the tools. And also the transformational coaching. Everything that I've brought in, I'm ready to unpack. This is a beautiful space. Shout out to Victoria, who I'm going to be sharing with, and dipping my toe in over there. And it's a beautiful wellness hub. I wouldn't have done that a few months ago. And here I am thinking, no, just go for it. Feels right. When it feels right, just grab the reins and giddy up, girl.
Yeah.
So doing that as well. So yeah, lots of shifts in the last few months. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's been amazing to be around you. So everybody, we're going to be releasing something at the end, which will have details of everybody's ways to contact them and everything like that. So you can, especially if you're in, as Jo says, lucky ladies in South Wales, you'll be able to be around Helen's energy. Having met her quite a few times now, I know how special your energy is in person as well as online. So thank you so much, Helen. Any final words before we finish?
It's been an incredible ride of growth and finding myself, finding a true essence that I've been squishing down, and the tools and the immersions and the masterclasses, everything has played a part in it. The women and their experiences, every single part of it has been part of this gorgeous puzzle that's come together. And I feel like, yeah, I've put the final pieces into to do the next part of my journey. And if it just inspires one woman out there that feels stuck where I was in 2020, and I mean, I was completely lost, really, physically, mentally. The work we do it's important to look after ourselves in all aspects of our life. And like I said before, you don't have to do it alone. You can do it. Look at these coaches that have been on these calls, everyone different. You find your person that you really want to be with and you go with them, and they can move mountains. I found that from working with you, Jo. You were my person. You changed how I thought about so many things, some of the crazy beliefs I had. You know, we inherit them over the years, and just to reframe and look from the outside in. And yeah, you don't have to do it alone. You can have great support like we've had over the last 9 months for the baby.
Baby
has been born. And look, I'm so excited to see what you've done as well, because it's just such a special space.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much, Helen.
Thank you so much. All the love to everybody and all the beautiful energy.
Lots of love. Thank you, everybody.